Hey everybody, we're back. Whimsical Steve is here
Blinded by
with
the light.
his mighty beard.
Should probably
Uh,
cut it.
it's fine, it's fine. And Colin, the don't know, the daunting apprentice on all this.
Daunting apprentice. That's I, what was it? I had a meeting earlier on today, and there was a concept that came up that just shook me to my core, and I can't remember what it was now.
That's probably
Um,
good.
it was it was something to do with popularity.
All right.
It's gone now.
Just,
Um,
I don't think it really matters in essence of ourselves.
no, probably not.
I don't think
Probably not.
we're hit the popularity golden heights of YouTube
Oh,
yet, but
no, I
this
think we did get another subscriber though, Colin, on YouTube. So
oh one more. Thanks for
what?
subscribing to our channel,
One more.
but we'll never
Um,
ask you to subscribe if you don't want
no, agreed.
to.
Don't want to force that stuff.
No, it's cool. We've got jobs, hence why we're behind schedule.
We have jobs and lives, which makes things difficult to do anything else.
Yeah,
Um, but yes, back with Delicious and Dungeon. More of
yeah.
it.
I have a question before we continue into the next two episodes of Deliciousness and Dungeon.
Go ahead.
What does it say on your T-shirt? That's called Wolf.
Oh,
Werewolf Ambulance.
Werewolf Ambulance. It is a horror movie podcast.
Ah, there you go. There's a wee what do you call it? What do you call it? Plug.
The plug? Yeah. Like, I'd recommend if you are into horror movies, as I am. I don't agree with all of their views on certain movies, but that being said, like they're very fun. And they do a good show. So
Yeah. Uh,
big ups to Katie and Alan from from Werewolf Ambulance.
Werewolf Ambulance. Nice. What I will say though is I thought it was Airwolf. Just saw the
Oh,
top bit.
Airwolf Ambulance.
Oh no, I didn't see the ambulance bit. I just saw the little bit that said
That-
wolf, and it was like similar font to the Airwolf font in my head. Probably not in any way, form, but.
Fair.
And then now the tune just goes in my head. I was like, awesome. It's just had good theme tunes, man.
They really did.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I God, I'm going to be away when it arrives now. Will be getting my vinyl copy of the Transformers the movie soundtrack next week,
Oh, God.
which I'm pretty stoked about. It is a special edition, like limited print of a
Yeah.
vinyl. So
For 40th edition?
I don't actually know what the reason
occasion
is. Yeah,
money.
because I mean, yeah, they do like to fleece people like me. Yeah, it's the
Well, it's actually over 40 years now, isn't it?
no, 1986.
Oh, it's close enough to 40 years.
It is. Oh, here it is. It's still in stock. Um, it is the Transformers the movie vinyl, a Unicron marbled vinyl.
Unicorn marbled vinyl?
Yeah, so like the coloring is the Unicron color with like a marbling.
Oh, all right. So it's yellowish,
Yeah,
orange.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
The grey bits is it like
No,
that's
it's
like the
more like
plastic?
darker yellow bits that like vein out in it by the looks of it anyway.
Oh, so like his planet farm then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, with his big ring it goes round him
Mm-hmm.
for
But I'm
whatever
very
reason.
excited. It's a great soundtrack.
Did you ever buy the unicorn model that came out?
Man, that could cost over $1,000. I can't afford that. Not saying I didn't want to, but
Probably
holy.
a divorce would be in order at that
Yeah,
point.
I mean, it's like what's it called? That's the it had a particular
Oh,
oh shit.
because it was like the scale or something,
It
wasn't it?
was huge.
It would just stand in the back and it would like be like,
HasLab. HasLab Unicron.
yeah. And
Uh he now he now goes for over $3,000.
No.
He's cool as shit though.
Oh
Uh
man, just to have
yeah,
him in the corner. He didn't do anything but transform, right?
he transforms into the planet though, which is cool. Um
Just
I
kick
think
that
he
about
comes with it.
the garden.
Well, so I think it was Zeta Labs,
Uh-huh.
who or Zeta, whoever the third party transformers, uh, yeah, Zeta Labs.
Yeah.
They did what's he called? Studio Cell. That's what he's called. And he's cool. He's really cool. I don't know where you can get him, if you can get him anymore.
Was one of them like told to cease and desist by Hasbro?
So I don't know if we've spoken about this before.
Maybe not on this podcast.
No, I think I think in terms of copyright law, you can't you can use likeness, i.e., the robot form and the transformed form.
Yeah.
You can't use any iconography. You can't use any names. So you can't say Transformers. You can't give any character names. You can't use the badges.
Yeah.
But the thing I think that is copyright is the transformation sequences.
All right. But did they ever do a toy?
Who?
Like Hasbro?
That HasLab is Hasbro.
Oh, Haslab's Hasbro now.
I don't think so. Well, HasLab is like their like if enough people like decide to buy this, we'll make it thing.
Ah, all right. Yeah, yeah.
And that's where Unicron came from. The thing about it is that, to my knowledge, I don't think it was Zeta Lab that got screwed, but there was a company that got screwed over, and the reason for that was because they had, I think someone had sent them schematics, and they had reused some of the transformation sequencing.
Oh, okay.
So that was how they got properly screwed. I think I could be talking out my arse, but from my knowledge, I understand it's something like it's the transformation sequences are copyright.
Well, yeah, much like Nintendo's gimmicks, like they're painting the catching creatures with a ball.
Yeah, I think it's like it's like the idea of you know, loads of people make fan toys and things like that.
Mm.
But yeah, they just can't have the names and they can't have iconography and things like that.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
yeah,
But it's has Lab Unicron, very cool, very expensive.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Right. Well,
More money than I care to spend.
I mean, that's good. At
Yeah,
least you got
yeah,
some
probably.
sense.
Yeah, not much, but enough.
Yeah, enough sense not to buy a $3,000 big transformer.
Yes, it's very big.
Very
I'm
big.
gonna actually find out the height of it now because that's very funny.
I think it's a good 3 feet or something, right?
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's over 100 centimeters.
Yeah.
Uh, holy shit, 30. So it's not quite as big as that. It's 30 inches, so it's about 60 centimeters.
Yeah.
76 centimeters. But it weighs 16 pounds.
£16. Oh, this is American talk.
Yep.
What's
Stands
that
at
kilos?
27 inches tall, 30 inches in diameter
Mm-hmm.
because of his wings.
Yeah. 30 by
Uh,
30 then.
the largest converting transformer figurine ever created, even surpassing Fortress Maximus.
Oh yeah. Fort Max was only, I don't know. He was like yawn high.
Yeah,
You can't see it in the
there you go.
camera. Just
I
about
think I've got
the frame I got.
I've got some larger transformers up on my
What's that? What's his name?
there. Jetfire.
Was it Jetfire the top one?
Yeah, Jetfire, and I've got
Omega Supreme.
uh no, I don't have a Mega Supreme. I need to take them down off the shelf and dust them and decide the ones I want to keep. So
Oh, what? You getting rid of your Transformers?
no, like I just kind of like when I got the bug for collecting, I was buying ones out with sort of the boundaries I'd set myself of what I wanted.
Oh,
So like there are some that are not in the Transformers movie that I probably don't need to have. So could get rid of them and I
oh,
wouldn't be that
that's
worried.
yeah. Well, you got connections.
Yeah, that being said though, I do also have Menasor and he's cool as shit, so I'm not gonna be getting rid of him.
Menasor, it's the combined one.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a toy fair actually in Arrow at the weekend.
Oh, yeah, the usual place at
Yeah,
the airfield.
yeah, and
Yeah, yeah.
they had like someone selling like weird G1 like bags of Transformers. Like you had
Damn.
like not all the Seacons were like there's like one
Oh,
Seacon in a bag and stuff. I got them all now.
oh,
Actually,
really?
yeah, technically, I think I gave them to my nephew.
Nice. I
But
think I have one of the Seacons.
yeah,
The squid?
the Squid one. Yeah,
Yeah, I have him.
no, I got them all
Nice.
for years and years. I was missing the gun
Damn.
because that's one of them. But
I
I
think
had
I
all.
have all of the original Stunticons to form Menasor as well. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I had. I want to say Breakdown, the white car.
Yes, I've got Breakdown, and then there was Drag Strip, Motor Master. Oh,
Yeah, I think of the other one. That was Swindle. It was in the Combaticons.
yeah,
Yeah, we had Brawl for that.
yeah. Like I'm waiting for the Constructicons. They're coming out this year. So
Again,
yes, again.
so they're the ones that all get remade.
Motor Master, Drag Strip, Dead End, Breakdown, and Wild Rider.
Wild Rider.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the thing that we're actually here
Holy
to talk
shit!
about.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk about episodes 7 and 8 of Delicious and Dungeon, and we're gonna get going.
Yeah,
So this is episode. We're gonna cover episode 7 and 8. First up, episode 7, Kelpie, porridge, and broiled with sauce.
orange and broiled with sauce.
So three different different bits. So in this is the one where we discussed the previous episode about the other party being resurrected,
Yeah,
and they're basically tricked into believing that Laios's party must have caused their demise rather than actually being the treasure bugs.
yeah, because they were like, "Where's our treasure?" Oh, this other party must have stole it. And one of the corpse guys will, hey, shouldn't you be like, did you have to light them? Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, why not?
money.
Money.
They'll pay when they die again.
Yeah. So they run further into the dungeon looking for the other party to get their treasure back.
Yep. And then meanwhile, we've got everyone else there on the fourth floor, and they are trying to cross a lake.
Oh yeah,
Marcel is keen to use magic to do so,
yeah,
by just the walk on water magic.
yeah,
Senshi is not overly keen. He's like, I'll build a boat. It's fine. Just let me do it. I'll do whatever. Just leave me.
yeah.
And she does the magic on him anyway, and he's very
Oh,
angry about that. But it
oh
doesn't work.
the oh no, it was before that they talk about washing. She washes
Uh
herself because you need clean hair and stuff. Otherwise, magic it unclean
oh yeah, yeah,
hair
that's right.
creates insulate.
Because
uh,
he goes out into the middle of the water and starts to sink.
yeah. Ah, well, they throw him in, I think.
Do they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think they do actually. You're right.
and yeah, he hadn't cleaned his beard in a long time.
Yeah, it's covered in monster blood and oil.
Yeah. So yeah, they restrained him when she basically like, quick, get him type thing, and if she casts the magic, it's no, you're making
See,
it
that wasn't so
easy.
bad. Yeah, I don't like this magic stuff. It makes things easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a good philosophy there.
Yeah. Is this because they talk about his beard
Mhm.
needing a wash, and she's like, "I've got some really good soap," and then she gets very upset because she's lost her soap
Yeah, because it was in the loot from the previous
from
adventure, I
the
think.
previous failed dungeon attempt.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, no, lost my soul.
It
Um,
costs so much money.
yeah, and he can think, and all right. So then he kind of whistles, and a kelpie appears,
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, I'll just ride her across. That'll be good, because she's all nice and friendly, like."
yeah. I've known Anne, which is the name of the kelpie,
Yeah,
for as long as I've known the what are they called,
uh,
the
orcs.
things. No,
So
not the orcs.
I didn't quite catch what you said, to be honest.
He says, "I've known Anne as long as I've known the things he grows
Oh, golems.
the golems." Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're like, "Nah, man, that thing is trying to kill you."
yeah, yeah. Nonsense. So
Nonsense.
he jumps on the back of it, and sure enough, it kind of turns on him.
Yep, it just takes him deep into the water
Hmm.
and tries to drown him and leave him. And Laios jumps in after and begins. I think he slits the throat of it,
Yeah, yeah.
and then Senshi's like, "Oh, why?"
Oh,
Anyway,
Sorrow, he was like, no, this is not you, and type thing, and
yep,
dismay, and it's like, then sounds Lionel's does the thing, and it's like, alright, cool. And they kind
he
of,
goes in with the mimic claw,
yeah,
finishes her off.
yep. Uh, and, well, basically the kelp is dead, and
Yeah,
they start harvesting the body, and Linus and Killchuck kind of wander somewhere.
yeah, and she Marcel asks Senshi for some of the fat, the blubber.
Yeah, can I get some of that fat type thing? So they're doing their thing, and it's like, oh well, this is going to take a while. So they kind of how we
Head away.
wander along, and uh, is there mermen?
So they find that party again
That was it. Yeah,
because he's like, he says he goes, "Hey, chill, Chuck," and he just points into the distance, and he's like, I see something over there. I think it's bodies."
yeah,
And turns out, yes, it's that other party again, who have like totally wiped out
yeah.
again.
And they're like, I'm sure if we recognize that party. Nah, I don't know. Wait, there's a cobalt. I definitely remember that cobalt. Oh yeah, that is the
Yeah.
same people. How did they get ahead of us?
Yeah, I like that he picks it up and starts looking at it.
Yeah,
He's like, oh yeah, yeah, I know this one.
yeah.
Um,
And there's mermen there, and it's oh, I must have been fighting the mermen.
yep.
And then I think Killchuck goes into a trance because he hears sirens.
No, it's he goes into a trance because he's staring directly into the eyes of the merman, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it was the sirens
Oh, maybe it is.
because there's sirens
Yeah, there
there,
are sirens.
and Lyle goes nope, and then stops Killchuck, and is yeah, and then basically starts singing the song back to them really badly.
but louder and awful.
Yeah, and they're
Um,
like, and he's upset because they end up disappearing. Going, oh, I remember the whole song too.
they never let me finish.
Never let me finish.
So yeah,
Yeah.
gross.
Um, and then I think they get attacked by some bladefish, or so after
That's after this, I think, because
they have the
or
kelp,
is it?
some of the kelpie,
Hmm.
because he harvests all the organs from the kelpie. I think he makes something from it.
No, you're right. They are trying to get further across. Oh, wait, no, that happens after he's cleaned his beard.
Oh right, yeah, yeah,
So like he's harvested everything.
yeah,
She says, "Hey, well, Chilchuck and Laios have moved that party to the side so that they can get
yeah,
revived again."
yeah.
Um, and they head back after singing louder than the mermaids
Hmm.
and the sirens. Um, and they, she's like, "Hey, I made you this soap,"
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, could we use it right now?" And then we get beard cleaning montage
yeah,
where his beard is like, "Ha ha!" enormous and puffy.
yeah,
Um, and spoiler alert, he can now walk across the water with the magic.
yeah. Because the hair was insulating them.
But this is where, as they're crossing, they have to start running because the bladefish come up and attack. And she uses a blast, and he gets angry again because he's like, "Magic! I fucking hate this! Don't do that!" Like, she nukes the water and like flashes them all out. And he's like,
Yeah,
"There's an ecosystem here, and you're kind of ruining it."
yeah, that's right. And then there's some mermen uh there.
Yeah,
What's
I think I think they do eat something
yeah.
because yeah, that's right. Laios makes porridge.
Oh, that's right, because they're too busy harvesting, so he makes the porridge and
Yes, but he drops in the mermaid eggs, and Chilchuck is not happy about it because it tastes amazing.
yeah, yeah, because oh, that's right, because he's like, no, he can't eat this. This is a demi-human. We agreed not to eat them, but he's just a fish. Look, the the
He's
the
like,
seaweed and everything is just like stuff they stick on
yep,
them. It's not
yep.
real hair.
He's just a fish guy. This is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Look, he's just a fish guy. No,
Jesus, Laios.
don't tell Marcel, all right?
No. And then she comes around the corner when they're having a conversation. She's like, "Everything okay?" Sure is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they ask. It's like I saw she asked her something about something, and she answers it like, "Yeah, I wouldn't like that." In some way, he's like, "Right, well, nothing to see here.
Nope.
Keep on moving."
All's good. All's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. So they have the porridge then they walk out
Yep.
and they get attacked by the blade fish.
Yeah. They go. Uh, then the bladefish being attacked attracts a kraken.
Yeah, wow, yes, sort of. The mermen are attracted by the blade fish
Yes, who then in
and
turn
the kerfuffle
are attracted by the kraken.
on the surface, and then the
Yep.
kraken appears.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and then they fight a kraken.
They do.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
is it?
This,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
this is
yeah.
the end of this one. Gone up to the
Yeah,
end of this
it's
one.
pretty much they fight the Kraken,
Hmm.
and it's actually really quite clever because Marcel's like, look, trust me. No, sorry. Senshi is like, hey, can you use that spell again? And he's like, wait, but on that. I was like, where's this going? And then they use the walk on water spell when the Kraken raises itself out the water,
Yeah, yeah,
allowing them to get to it,
yep.
which is pretty clever.
And then Senshi just comes in and goes, "Hiya!" and then takes us. I think he must get a spear from one of the mermen. It
It's a
floats by.
trident. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just like sticks it in the forehead between the eyes of the squid because it's like that's how you get killed squids.
Yep. It's interesting as well because like she's like, oh my god, this is gonna taste delicious. I have octopus and squid all the time, and it turns out it tastes like crap. So,
Yeah, that stuff is
and he's
kind of
like, you
horrible.
put this on everything, and she's like, I didn't say it like that.
Yeah, and then they find a big giant parasite too.
Yes, which they do decide to eat
Yeah, after cooking it. Well, some of them.
after cooking it. Well, so therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
Is they do cook it,
Hmm.
except Laios is a little bit stupid,
Hmm.
and he eats the raw parasite,
Yeah.
and which actually that parasite was infected with another parasite,
Yeah.
and he gets very sick.
Yeah, because essentially it's like, all right, I'll wonder when that was going to happen because I didn't see the parasite in the thing. Not telling them, you know.
I did know, like, when I was watching it, my wife went, "What's he doing?" She's like, "You better not be eating that raw." Sure enough.
He was eating it raw. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I had something raw. And you did? Oh,
Yeah.
a parasite. But I was dead. All right, it's fine. Parasite have parasites.
Mistakes were made.
You should also mention that the kraken goes white when you kill it for no reason. I just want to
Yeah,
mention that it goes white.
that's a good point.
And I don't know if that's the same for squids when you kill them, if they go white.
I always remember it was the movie Sphere that taught me that squid was calamari.
Mm-hmm. I just learned that by having it. So that's squid, calamari.
Ah.
Well, very cultured, you know. Very cultured. This cultured person.
The movie Sphere is pretty great, and so's the book.
Yeah.
If you it's written by Michael Crichton
Oh.
of Jurassic Park fame.
Oh.
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
you go.
Not just anime facts here, people.
Nope. More useless trivia about other things.
Yeah.
So
Uh, yeah, so they have it. Not very good. Linus makes himself ill
he does.
because it's all right. Well, I'll pass. Just got to keep healing them.
Yeah, just keep healing him. He'll be fine.
Yeah. And that's kind of the end of it, I think.
Yeah, that we kind of like finish and Laios having a bad stomachache, basically.
Yeah. Well, and he's lying in bed,
Yeah.
and Marcel's just next to him going, heal,
Tap, tap,
tap,
tap.
tap. Yeah.
uh, I quite like this one.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah,
Uh,
some good action and stuff.
yeah. I don't know. I'm still thinking the 7 for me.
I'd maybe be inclined to go as high as an 8 for this one.
Yeah.
I think the good mix of the comedy, the action stuff was really cool. More about the characters. Yeah,
Mm.
it's an interesting one.
It might just
Um,
be off the initial high of like, oh, this is actually not bad.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, that's maybe where I'm going.
But then on to episode 8, raspberries, grilled meat.
Spruce. Spruce?
Yeah, so
Oh,
this is a lot of flashbacks. This one.
that is right. This is a flashback episode.
So the kind of the stuff that's happening in the now is they're having a big conversation about how like Senshi was frustrated with Marcel and what she'd done with killing all those bladefish,
Yeah.
but then realized that actually the reason that everything was so quiet from the merman perspective was because the fact there was a kraken and the kraken was eating too much and that was causing an imbalance. And ironically, they killed the kraken, which meant that the things will change now. So they've realized that, well, actually, I guess we're part of this ecosystem, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Uh, but I think does it not start out with like Marcel going, "Oh shit, I fell asleep. Now
I
Lyons is
haven't told
dead.
him.
Now I can't
Oh,
heal him
that's
time."
right. It's like, oh my god, no heart. It's like,
Yeah,
you're listening to his armor.
yeah. He listened to his arm. He's moved earlier, so it's fine. Is that all right? All right, it's fine. And then yeah, I don't know. So then does she just go? Do they have the fight and then have the flashback, or do they have the flashback then the fight?
What's the fight?
Uh, um, a globe of water of some sort.
That's towards the end of it, I think,
Yeah,
because she's like, so like the flashback stuff is kind of easy to describe because it's basically about how Marcel was like kind of a big deal as a
yeah,
student because she
yeah,
excelled at everything. And basically she wanted to learn more than what she'd already learned, so wanted to excel in other areas as well, and had gone back to learn more at school. And that's how she met Fallon, who, in turn would introduce her to
yeah.
Laios as well.
Well, I don't know. I think this is a thing that happened in school, and she was like not really liked because she was that weird kid at school, always
Oh
muddy and
no,
stuff. And
absolutely. Like
they had,
they didn't like her. Nobody liked her because
yeah,
they were building like a dungeonium, which
yeah,
is like a it creates mana or
yeah.
grows mana.
It's like Valorant and stuff. It's basically kind of like your own mini dungeon or something, and it has like
Yep.
the stuff and it has mana in it, and you see how good it is. So she's like, "Yes, I've created the perfect one," type thing. I'll get a quality thing, and then all the other students kind of failing because they didn't produce the flame that they need. And they came to Fallon, who came in and had like a plant on it, and stuff. And it's like, oh, that's not quite right. What's going to happen here? And it's like a big
Yeah,
like,
because they're like holding candles over them. Because if there's a flame, a big flame, then it means that the mana is growing in the dungeonium.
yeah,
And yeah, Fallon's basically blows up the whole room.
yeah, yeah. And the teacher's like, oh, that's cool. What am I
She's
doing?
like, "Oh yeah, I used like some dirt from an actual dungeon." She tells Marcel, and Marcel's like, "Well, you're gonna have to show me where."
Yeah,
So they go on an adventure to find she shows her the dungeon,
mhm,
where she's found this, and it's basically where she just hangs about and reads, and
yeah.
that's
There's a
it.
slime or something that doesn't come into the daylight.
Yep, she understands the ecosystem even then, Fallon.
Yeah,
Like she knows what's what. Um, And yeah, that's she offers her some raspberries. That's where the part of the title gets to. It's like these are delicious.
yeah.
So even like Marcel should probably have known you could eat stuff in the dungeon long before.
Oh, I don't think this is dungeon. It was just
Were they not grown in the dungeon?
no, I think they're just growing outside, and they carry
Oh,
it down
okay.
as like the cave bit.
I had it in my head that those were from inside the dungeon.
Well, I know they crawl through a crack in a wall, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
call
they
it a
do.
dungeon. But
Yeah. Well, it's maybe just the top of a dungeon. To be fair, there could
yeah.
be something underneath it.
And she's writing back to Lenoy's, I made a friend
Yeah,
type thing.
that's right.
Never mentioned their name.
No.
And so the end of that, it's like, oh wow, because this is kind of like Lawrence is kind of woken up now and seems like, oh, I'm all right now. We can continue. And he's like, oh yeah, so you're the friend that she was talking about back then.
Yeah.
So that so I don't know exactly if that's how they got introduced to each other or they just so happened
Well,
to.
probably not, but it's probably not. It's still probably by virtue of that her having seen her from hanging out with Fallon. Like
Yeah,
Laios probably saw Marcel by meeting with his
well,
sister at some point.
you
So
would think
like
so. Yeah,
he doesn't have to know that that's who the friend was that she's talking about because
yeah,
yeah, she does mention it's like, oh yeah, she was so much happier when she'd found that friend.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and then I think there's one request. It's like, all right, we're time to go. What do I do? And says, oh, I'm going to clean myself up, type thing.
Yep.
And so she,
Yeah. We'll leave.
yeah, and they're
It's,
like,
I'm not going to get naked or anything. It's like, no, we'll leave.
yeah, yeah. So she cleans herself up and then pours the boiling water into the water outside where they're staying, and that
Yes.
creates the bubble.
Yeah, the Undine,
Yeah,
which I actually don't know what it is, and there is a hyperlink for it.
it's a big ball of water that seems to shoot spikes at people.
Huh. Undines are a category of elemental beings associated with water, stemming from the alchemical writings of Paracelsus. Yeah. Paracelsus.
Paracelsus. Okay.
Later writers developed the Undine into a water nymph in its own right, and it continues to live in modern literature and art through such adaptations as Danish Hans Christian Andersen's 1837 The Little Mermaid and the 1811 novella Undine by Friedrich de la Motte Fouquet.
Oh. Yeah, yeah.
So there you go.
So anyway, so basically it didn't like getting boiling water poured into it.
No.
So it popped up and started attacking. And
This gets a bit dicey.
yeah, yeah. Marcel gets like beaten up.
Because it's like firing blasts of, I guess it's like directional beams of water or something like that outward.
Yeah.
Um, and as Marcel is running away from it, because she's like been blasting it with magic, but she's running out of mana.
Yeah.
And as she's running away, she gets hit through the leg and
Mm-hmm.
drops, and now she can't run.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think she also gets hit through the shoulder as well.
at the end, and
Yeah.
her water walking magic is fading, so they can't come
Yes.
save her.
Yeah.
So I can't remember right what she actually does to defeat it, but
She basically just manages to get to the edge, and they all pull her up. Because remember, like
yeah.
Laios like falls out, and then you've got Chilchuck and Senshi pulling from the back to get them on. It's like, well, what do we do now? She's out of mana. She's injured. He's like, well, we run like hell, and the whole place is getting blasted to bits
Yeah.
by this Undine unleashing all of its power.
Yeah. Uh, and then they get downstairs, and then they make some food.
So I think like because they'd used the medicinal herbs earlier in one of
Yeah.
the other pieces of food that they'd made.
Yep.
And she's not doing well. Like
No.
she's suffering quite greatly. She's low on blood, she's low on mana.
Yeah.
And they're like kind of like, what the hell do we do with a magic user who doesn't have any mana?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Uh,
can't leave her there.
no. So but
Yeah.
yeah, essentially has the idea. It's like, you know what, we need to cook. We gotta not to sound like Walter White. But yeah, we got to cook, and yeah, he cooks up the liver, which is rich in iron, to
Oh,
help
that's
her
right.
recover.
Yeah. starts cooking the kelpie.
Yep.
And yeah,
And they every bit of her is very tasty.
yeah, yeah. So they cook up that, and Marcel's kind of because she says, "Oh, I can get mana back by eating."
Yep.
So they're giving her some food, and she's come back to life.
She goes like, guys, please give me a bit of everything of this you have.
Yeah,
I want more food.
yeah.
She gets it.
Uh,
And yeah, so they're having a a, a kelpie barbecue.
mm.
Um, and that other party is back.
No, this is a different
No,
party.
different party. Is this another one?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if it was this one or what, but there's a flashback of like their party leaving.
Oh, that's right. This is the other party.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the other part of their old party.
Yes, the two of them, the other party, the two of their party that left after
Yeah,
the incident with Fallon.
yeah. And basically they kind of go was like, who the hell's cooking down here? What idiots?
What the hell's wrong with these people?
Yeah, very much. And she seems to be like a barbarian type character
Yeah,
and upset with everything because she was upset in the flashback too. And you had
true.
the warrior samurai kind of guy.
Yeah, the kind of samurai,
Yeah,
sort of, I guess, like Eastern paladin type.
possibly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
it's yeah, and there, yeah, that's I think the end of the episode pretty much.
Yeah, it was her comment on what idiots. So I'm intrigued to see what happens in the next episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how did you like this one?
This one, this was all right. Like I say, I'm rating them at 7, but at the same time, eight's reasonable as well.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like I'm going to stick to an 8 because I think the whole bit with Marcel was really good, and the flashbacks are quite interesting too, more characterization.
yeah, certainly it's building up why they want to rescue Fallon so much. Apart from like the gruesome death that she's going through right now, being digested by a red dragon.
Slowly digested by a dragon.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to come out all melted. Or maybe she's just sitting there with the dragon and they're just having like a wee game because she seems like she can just like hug
A
every
friend.
befriend anyone
Yeah, very true. Very true.
from the flashback
So
anyway.
what is your rating?
Uh, uh, I'll go for a stealthy 7.
Fair. One thing I want to comment on, my
Mm.
wife keeps asking, she's like, why does Fallon never open her eyes?
Oh, I don't know. It's a weird thing that they sometimes do in anime. There's like a
She's
character that just never opens
she's
their
the
eyes.
Brock of this show.
The Brock, yeah, yeah. Well, that's exactly it. You got Brock who
Yep.
doesn't know, or never really opens his eye until he gets real serious. You know.
One of my favorite comments I ever saw was somebody saying that Brock's best lines were his eyes.
That's probably true. It's a terrible show.
I have a very soft spot for like OG Pokemon.
Yeah, but it's not good.
It's not good, but it's entertaining.
I mean, Team Rocket blasting off again.
100%. Could watch that
Yeah,
over and over and over.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was after you know I was too old for it when it came out for me. I
Yeah,
was
I mean, I was also probably too old, but I'd been playing the Game Boy games for a little while.
well, it came in what 96.
I think the Pokemon TV show was 97, 98,
Well, maybe longer. Yeah, because I think for the first time I
98.
watched it was in Well, it was in Canada. That was 2000s.
Oh shit! Actually, 99.
Yeah. It was just.
Season 1 of the animated series first began airing on Sky One on 29th of March 1999.
I mean, in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but for me, like that would be when I was watching it. So I'd be like 13 at that point. Probably too old for the demographic.
I was 100%. I was 18 when it came out.
Oh yeah, you would just have turned 18.
Yeah. Yeah,
Damn.
I was 18 that year.
So there you go.
Left school and went to uni. Yeah. Yeah, it was, and yeah, I was too old for it.
So I had been playing the Game Boy game since the year before because I'd got it sent from the US.
All right. Yeah. Got the
Um,
inside scoop, as it were.
yeah, my aunt and uncle sent me it for Christmas. So I've been
Yeah.
playing it for, well, I guess actually not that long. Now that I think, actually, it wouldn't have been that long. Only a handful of months, but the games were really good. So
Yeah, I never got into the games.
yeah,
I didn't
that's
really own. Well, I suppose by the time I went to. Oh, that's the second Canada trip, which was about 2002. I had a Game Boy Advance.
Pokemon Ruby would have been.
Yeah, but I never got that. I got
Pokemon Ruby was 2002.
King of Fighters EX and EXO2 or whatever
I
when I
like
was over in
fight.
Canada.
I when I got my Game Boy Advance, I like
Took it
pre-ordered
off for
it out
free.
of town
Yeah.
and then had to get a bus to go and pick up my pre-order after school on a Friday.
All right. When you say out of town, do you mean like you pre-ordered it back in Glasgow?
No, I didn't do it in Glasgow. It was in Ayr. So
Oh, you had to go down to Ayr.
yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So pre-ordered it there, and I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on my Game Boy Advance on the way home.
That was a weird concept 'cause that was isometric, right, on there.
It was really good as well. It's a great game.
Yeah. I was just never really got. I saw it kicking about and I was like, oh wow.
Yep,
But
the good
yeah,
stuff, man.
I had I did like I like the OG Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I like the form factor. It was just the backlight I didn't like not having.
Yes, that was the biggest problem with it. But thens were the breaks back then.
Say la vie.
Yeah,
If you,
yeah.
if you wanted a backlight then, before then it was adding an entire cathode ray tube behind it, and
Oh, I watched your battery just go like Game Gear.
understand the reason your Game Gear went through 6 AA's within a half hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, as always, you've done it. You have made it to the end of another episode of Who's That Anime, an anime podcast about anime. Our home
Yay.
is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. And we can be found where all good podcasts can be found.
Ooh.
If you care to support us, you can do so by leaving us a review or telling a friend. If you care to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/Who's That Anime, where you can get early episode releases for both the Who's That Anime podcast, but also our other podcast, 5 Minute Fusion, which is a journey through Dragon Ball. So that's been pretty interesting. We're on a bit of a hiatus on that at the moment, but we'll be back in June. So really looking forward to getting to that at some point soon. We also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Who's That Anime, where we post the latest episode releases and the occasional anime meme. We have a Discord channel. You can find the link to that in the show notes. And lastly, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Who's That Anime. This is where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. And you can also find the RSS feeds for both the Who's That Anime podcast and 5 Minute Fusion podcast on YouTube if you like to listen to your podcasts through YouTube. And that's
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, that's it. We done. We
Yep.
done it. We got to end an hour. We're almost there. We're almost at like episode 10. We're almost in double digits.
Yeah, like we're making our way through this now, and I must say I'm enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to the next ones. Absolutely.
Making our way through. Do. Boo, boo, boo.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. No, 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 no,
No. No, 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 no.
no. On that note.
On that note, I'll see you next time. Same high place, same anime. Signing off.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Na, 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 na.